Good morning, everyone. I think this is going to become a regular thing on Thursdays and Tuesdays because I'm just like sitting in the car while Eric does cross-country practice with sweet F all to do. I'm just getting some paper for Holly. There you go. You can do whatever you need to do on that. And we're just hanging out. So Eric's running around this oval in very cold, like 11 degrees right now. And so we're in the car watching from a distance, like the shitty mum that I am, instead of walking laps and actually running across country like the other mums, because F that. It's like, do people who run marathons know they don't actually have to do them? Anyway, what was I going to talk about? I was going to go Facebook Live and actually do this later, but I thought, why the hell not? Don't we do it this morning? Because something has been triggering me like really severely the last few days, and working with a couple of my one-on-one clients is something that's coming up quite a bit. I look very, very pale in this. I don't even know if I can refocus it on him live. Oops, nope, I turned it the other way. Oh, this is the oval. This is where we're at. This is where we're doing cross country. There are all the other mums, the really dedicated ones who are running around with their kids. And I'm in the car. Oh, I did it again. I'm in the car, warm and toasty, happy with my life choices. So, shitty mum confessions. So what I wanted to chat with you guys today is, I know I'm not Hannah Montana. I am a money mindset coach, but I also do a lot of business coaching. It's not something I like full on promote or advertise, but somehow I still end up... Tana. Okay, somehow I still end up doing lots of business coaching. And something that's been really popping up for my clients this week, and something I've had to, remind them and focus on, and we've been talking about a lot, is this: are you consuming or are you creating? Because what happens is it's so easy to just keep trying to find the missing thing, find the secret, find this one webinar that will have the answer, that will change the thing that you need to know, or buy this one book, or listen to this one podcast that's going to totally transform everything. And we can be kind of stuck in this mode where we're just consuming every free webinar. We're signing up to every free webinar. We're signing up to every free call. We're doing every free workshop. We're listening to every podcast we can. And what happens is we just kind of get flooded with everyone else's message and everyone else's voice. And don't get me wrong, personal development is super important, and you should always be doing something to kind of broaden. You're really getting quite physical in the car. Can you just stay still, baby? For the whole car, maybe because our car's so high and a full drive as well. Hi, everyone who's joining on. Yeah. I don't know. Can you comment? I'm so bad at Instagram lives. Do you send love or smileys? I don't even know what it is. You know what I used to nail really well? Periscope. And then Periscope's gone off. No one even knows what it is anymore. That made sense to me. Instagram Live is still kind of doing my head in a bit. Oh yeah, okay, there's love heart things. Okay, good. Now I know that that's a thing that Instagram Live does. So are you in a place of consuming versus creating is what we're talking about. Because when you're consuming, you're kind of looking for something, looking for the secret, looking to learn more, or thinking, if I just nail this in my business, everything will grow. If I just understand, more about manifestation, this will work. And we can be in this place of just completely absorbing everyone else's stuff. So signing up to all the free webinars, listening to the podcasts, following everyone else's stuff. And what happens is the more that we consume, the less we create. Or the more that we consume, the less authentic stuff do we create. The less of our voice comes through. Our message is not as clear because it's kind of clouded by all this other shit we're absorbing. And this is something I'm finding a lot, actually, is I'm getting on the phone for my 30-minute Unlock Your Inner Rich Babe sessions, which are actually complimentary sessions with me, which I love offering and I love doing. It fills my cup up just as much as theirs, whether we decide to work together at the end of the call or not. But what I'm finding is I'm getting these serial free call participants.
Me too.
What do you need help for?
Just a tiny bit of that writing.
Tiny bit of that writing. I'm trying to mum in between all of this. This is the reality of it. How cute is my mermaid pen, by the way? I'm thinking about getting a shit ton of these. Yes, I swear in front of my kids. They know not to swear back. What do you want me to write?
I wanted to do a music.
Oh, you want me to write music? Okay. I'm thinking about getting these pens for we'll do it in 3/4 time, okay? A bunch of these pens for my workshop that's coming up. Tickets will be released, I'm hoping, tomorrow. We've got a few more things just to figure out and finalize with catering and how that's going to affect the ticket price, but I'm pretty sure our tickets for our workshop will be released tomorrow, which is really exciting. And I'm hoping to get one of these pretty pens for every single person who comes to the workshop too, which is going to be really fun. Anyway, I'm getting totally off track. Totally off track. There's some music, okay? When you're consuming everything, when you put back out, then it's from a space of you've already got all this other messaging. You've already got all this other language. Like say, and I got totally stuck in this listening to Catherine Zenka. I don't even know her Russian last name, from Manifestation Babe, who is a fucking goddess, by the way. She's amazing. But I was listening to her stuff so religiously that when I went on lives, when I got on the phone with a client, when I was like writing my content, I would open my mouth and she would come out, because I've been listening to so much of her stuff, which is it's like a comfort thing as well. When you're very new into a business, you kind of like look at what everyone else in the industry is doing.
Mommy,
and you're...
Are you still talking about this pen?
I'm not talking about the pen anymore. I'm done with the pen. This is why women get so scatterbrained and forget stuff, because they got their kids or their husband or their whatever button in every 2 seconds and disrupting our train of thought. But so when we're constantly stuck in this place of consuming everyone else's content, everyone else in our industry, looking at what they're doing, checking out their shut up, dude. Shh. Okay, just wait. All right, wait. It seemed like such a good idea at the time. Oh no, I think my kid's coming back. I mean, I love it. I love him, but I'm busy right now. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? I don't even know right now. I think, is he coming to get a drink? I hope it's just a drink. Eric, do you want a drink, mate? Is that what you're coming for? Okay. I'll take jumper, you take drink. Alright. Okay. Consuming. Thank you, Jules. Is it Jules? Thank you, Jules. Consuming. When we're like tracking everyone else's stuff and we're just focused on, okay, leave it on the front of the car. Just remember it, okay? I don't want to drive off with it on the front. When we're consuming everyone else's stuff, when we're like so busy and so focused looking at other people in our industry and seeing what they're doing and kind of like trying to make sure we're doing the right thing, what happens is our authenticity and our real creative flow and the message that we're meant to actually project and get out into the world, you know, what's trying to come through us as a vehicle and as a vessel for that message, gets diluted and it starts to get dulled and it becomes less authentic. And that's the reason, the moment you start looking, like say in my spray tanning business, dude, shh. All right, after I'm finished with this, you can have my phone, okay, and you can watch whatever you want, but right now cool. Show you guys, I have a bottle of wine in my car. It might be, you know, it's meant to go to kindy for the raffle. It might not make it there.
They can't walk.
Okay. Authenticity. Your message. In my spray tanning business, when I opened my spray tanning company, 3 other women opened companies within like a 5-minute radius of me. Within a few weeks, right? It was like we all realized at the same point that no one was offering this in our area. We all started businesses. And what I was doing was I was watching what they're posting and I was going, are they more qualified than me? Like, you know, do they already have a big audience? Do they have a better solution? Do they have a better gun? Like, how do I make sure I'm doing the right thing? How do I make sure I'm on the right track? What's going on? And what I ended up doing was just turning myself into a gigantic stress ball, to the point where I felt like I couldn't trust what I was trying to do, that I couldn't trust myself, my intuition, that I was good enough. I started to put them on a pedestal and put myself way down here. And what I had to learn really quickly, good job, was that as soon as you are consuming what everyone else is doing, as soon as you are like hyper aware of what other people in your industry or other people in your area are doing, you go instantly from community and collaboration and connection straight into competition and ego and self-doubt and am I still on? Cool. I've got this like timer set with screen time, and I think it just like told me I've been on Instagram too long already for the day. That's a bad sign, isn't it? This is just going to happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays with cross country because I got nothing to do but sit here on Instagram. So when you're looking what everyone else is doing, when you're like paying attention to what other people in your industry, other people in your community, like if I wanted to really screw myself over and get no clients whatsoever, the first thing I would be doing was to go look at all the other money mindset coaches in my area and start looking at what they're doing and looking at their Instagram strategy and, you know, changing all of that. That would be the very first thing that I would do, because it would totally screw me over. It would change my energy. Like, you have to stay in your own lane. If I wanted to completely screw my business over tomorrow, I would just sign up to every free webinar that came across my Facebook list. If I wanted to completely screw up my energy, I would go into this like fear. How do I make it work? What action do I need to take? What new strategy I need for business? Like, how do I get my Facebook ads to work? I would like slip into that energy of how and action if I really wanted to screw myself over. So how do we stay high vibe? How do we stay aligned? How do we stay in creative mode instead of consumption mode? And that is just to stay in your own lane. And I don't mean be completely ignorant of everything else happening in the world or have no idea who else is doing business around you and not collaborate with anyone and be a total bitch. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying... Sorry, they all stood up synchronized. It got a bit weird on the oval. I'll show you guys. They're actually, they're doing stretches now. And it is a beautiful morning here in the oval. And can you tell that I'm distracted as fuck? But anyway. So when we are in that place of competition and it just dents everything and your message doesn't come out right and you're not creating from a place of, is my heart aligned with this project? Yay! Do I really want to launch? If you're launching a podcast because someone else launches a podcast and is doing a podcast and her business is growing and yours isn't, if you launch a podcast based on she's launching a podcast and I should too, the energy's not there, right? It's not actually your soul's message. If you sit down and you meditate and you focus on what is my message and why am I here and how do I add value to my people and what's the best way that I can do that, and you know, what is really exciting for me and what is the highest level version of me, what is the version of me who already is a fully booked coach, what is the version of me that has 10k months, what is the version of me that takes my business international, and how does she communicate, how does she express herself and connect with people, and then the message comes through podcast. You can see how starting that, you know, one is being completely started out of, you've just consumed everyone else's stuff and you're in competition mode, and one is completely started out of a really creative expression of your higher self and how you want to impact people. It got really bright. Let's see if I can move this. Better. Does that make sense, guys? So like, you can pop an emoji or comment. Is this making sense? Even though I'm scatterbrained and distracted as hell and giving you multiple different things about things to think about at once. And this is not just for coaching industry. This is not just for running a business. It's for parenting and everything as well. Like, if you just stay in your lane, if you focus on doing the best job you possibly can and listening to your soul's message, you take yourself out of that comparison and you know, the truth is you don't need to learn anything more. You don't need to be more worthy. You don't need to, you know, binge watch every webinar to be able to actually make a massive change here. You can do it right now, and it's absolutely up to you. I think they're almost finished up, so I should probably go out and like be a parent, right? All the other mums are out there. I'm just not a normal mum. Like, I don't care. Put it in a note or email me. I do care. That's not right. But anyway, have a great morning, guys. I will see you soon. Bye. Oh, how do I end this again? Fuck, I'm so bad at this. End? Is it ending? Is it ending?